Good morning, everybody. Happy Election Day. Uh, if y'all don't know, if you haven't heard, according to unofficially, uh, Donald Trump was sworn in yesterday at 12:01 p.m. on the 19th, ahead of schedule because of several things going on around D.C. Currently told, last I heard, that was early this morning, there's approximately 25,000 U.S. troops in D.C. Along with that is over 12,000, I think they said approximately 12,500 law enforcement officials are also in D.C. and for this event. This is not counting first responders, U.S. Marshals, Secret Service, etc. Those others. These are other uh, deputized individuals from other organizations, units around the United States. 12,500, bringing the total of almost 38,000 people for protection of Donald Trump and the protection of the U.S. Capitol during these election times. One of the biggest, largest ever, as far as I can tell, what I heard and everything, showing of force during the inauguration, guys. There's a lot of things going on. And, well, like I said, guys, unofficially, officially, by an unofficial source, he was sworn in yesterday, uh, just shortly before the TikTok ban was reversed temporarily. Kind of odd how this works out and everything like that, guys. Just pay attention. Uh, so several things going on with that. Of course, the parade was canceled, and it occurred last night in the stadium. And of course, secretly, he was sworn in yesterday because he's already taken part in authorized things going on. I'm not good with words, guys, so forgive me. I'm not one of these professional guys. I'm one of y'all, kind of like y'all. I mess up and don't say things right. Uh, anyway, on with current stuff. It came out yesterday or day before yesterday. I can't remember when. Maybe it's Friday. They do these things on Friday, but the IRS has extended filing times for these people that's been affected by these natural disasters, the victims of Helene and also of this recent fire in California and other places that's been affected recently. Of course, they have to do it for everybody. So anyway, in Los Angeles right now, they have till October to file their federal taxes. I'm sure the state does also go along with this to wait to file taxes till then. Also, North Carolina has been given until May 1st to file their federal taxes for this year. Um, Again, guys, this is kind of point blank in our face that if these people do not follow up and get their taxes filed, of course, the federal government will come in and seize and forfeiture and seize their property and assets to pay their taxes. We already see this going on. I already heard last night, and yeah, it was last night, that BlackRock is already going in and finding the people that's been suffering from these fires and trying to buy their property. State Farm is kind of quiet about what is going on, but they're working behind the deal to also purchase properties and from these fire victims in Los Angeles and around the areas and everything like that. Kind of dirty deals, kind of like the same thing they did in North Carolina just a week or so, 10 days after the flood. They was in there trying to buy people out. Again, guys, this is a land grab, point blank. Now, I did a little checking and found out that State Farm, one of the biggest ones that's in California that turned off these policies, canceled these policies on people, they are a mutual fund, which just means they are owned by the shareholders or the policyholders. But they're also an investment corporation. So did a little checking right there, and they are heavily invested in BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, and Capital Investments. It's the same people that's doing the land seizures and everything else going on. Same people that's part of the military-industrial complex. The same people that own Donald Trump, Elon Musk, SpaceX, etc., etc. Same people. Same people that's funding China. All right. So it ain't hard to see what the hell's going on, guys. This is a point blank land seizure right in our face. Uh, Again, California said yesterday, they said these people cannot go back to their property right now unless they have IDs and all that stuff. But here's the thing, they can go back there, they can remove their personal items as long as it has not been affected by fire or fire damage or contaminated by fire residue, which is pretty much everything. Right? So yeah, there's being allowed access, but they're not being allowed to remove anything, more or less. Another thing, this morning, Anna pointed out, and I kind of looked a little bit and haven't really reviewed yet, but of all these fires going on in California, uh, we see stone walls and concrete walls and sidewalks, plants that's near the house unburnt. Um, and we always heard throughout our history that to keep documents safe and everything, put them in your refrigerator or in your freezer, right? This morning, Anna brought to the point that we have not seen any refrigerators or stoves or any of these other devices left around. Not too many of them and everything. I've noticed one or two, but for the most part, everything's leveled, including the kitchen sink. Something odd about these fires, guys. Something really odd about it and everything standing out. So we've been, y'all know we've been told a lot of stuff, but pay attention, guys. Pay attention. All right. So that's going on in California. They're getting ready to seize their homes. They're already being refused access to get their property out, et cetera, even look at, see what happened to everything. So, along with this, go ahead and add in the recent unofficial state from an unofficial source from Helene in North Carolina. There is over 12,000 dead. Well over 12,000. I think a while back somebody estimated over 20,000. This is not a far-fetched number, as many might believe. In California so far, unofficial, official statements, whatever you want to call it, a little over 100 dead. Guys, this is crazy. This is just plumb crazy that the corporations are doing this and they're getting away with it. And yes, it is corporations doing it. It's not the federal government. The same people behind the drones and everything else is corporations. So anyway, another little story that popped up today on the news feeds. They don't cover this too much and everything, but we was watching one of those cop things on YouTube and everything, and come to find out that that at a certain Walmart, I think it was in Ohio, some people entered the store and they ran their facial recognition on them and found out that there's warrants for their arrest and called the law enforcement to the Walmart and had these persons arrested for warrants, outstanding warrants. So now stores, I heard something about this back during the summer, maybe early or during the spring, but these stores are now starting to use facial recognition and reporting your presence to law enforcement or running a check on the National Bulletin Board to see if you're wanted for questioning or any other things, and it's being reported to the authorities. So Walmart, Target, etc., anybody else part of this program is part of the police state that's coming on us. Your stores are going to be reporting you if you're wanted for even a traffic ticket. So yeah, crazy stuff, guys. Crazy. But yeah, you would be, they run your name, your face through the facial recognition to see if you're wanted by anybody around the world, or if you're on a terrorist watch list. That way they can deny your purchases. Y'all see where this is going? Wow, crazy. Anna, again, she is sharp, guys. Y'all just really don't see how well. But she caught something yesterday. We was watching some stuff, BS about the moonwalk and everything. And she looked up and noticed that these people are breathing inside of their spacesuit, right? Anna's a scuba diver, okay? She's an accomplished scuba diver. So she was telling me that even underwater, when you're breathing underwater with a face mask over your face, when you're breathing out moisture, right? It fogs up your mask. So if we go look at the moon landers and everything, everybody walking around happy-go-lucky, playing golf or whatever it is they was doing on there, their face shield is not fogged up. There's no condensation on any of these any of these faces. So, guys, there's another little clue, little point that, the moon landings, all of the moon landings, lunar landings, manned lunar landings was faked. There's no condensation at all on their face mask. And just too many things. That's just another little nail in the coffin to prove that, they're liars. So, something else I noticed too, and I'm kind of happy about this because I'm very anti-pro sports. I'm also very anti-collegiate sports. So a lot of people might not like my stance on this, but I think pro sports and college sports are a complete waste of time. There's no need of it. because if you can't find something else to do by the time you're a grown-ass man except play with your balls, well, you have problems, okay? Point blank. I can understand it at the lower levels of schools, and high school and grade schools, etc., because it helps build character, much like Boy Scouts and other things like this did. So it does help. But after that, guys, after you're 18 years old, if you ain't got no character, well, they got programs for you in the U.S. Army that will help you build character, okay? So I think professional sports, college sports, should be abolished because it is not needed. It is not furthering your education or anything else except making you, hopefully, a multimillionaire. That's it, okay? That's it. So anyway, we're starting to see a turn of events from millennials. It started with the millennials, and it's working its way all the way up through, and now we're going to start seeing it into the alpha generation. A less interest in sports, a pulling away of watching professional sports, college sports, and paying attention to other things. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad, but I'm all for this because, again, professional sports, college sports is a waste of effort and time and money. It should be spent somewhere else. People should get real jobs and go on. So anyway, I'm going to start predicting this, that we're going to see a pull away from professional sports and a reduced income of these players, or actually some of these sports being less covered because people don't care. So, wow. One other thing, yesterday, after 6 a.m., whenever it was that TikTok went off in the United States, people did not take it very well. In fact, some people was calling 911 to report that their TikTok was out, and they was having meltdowns on the phone with 911 operators. This is no joke, guys. This was going on in the United States. It got so bad that a 19-year-old went to the local state representative's office and set it on fire because they could not get on TikTok. Talk about idiocracy. Gosh almighty, guys. Gosh almighty. It's crazy out here. A lot of stuff going on. Let me pick up my other paper here. I got some more notes. I've been watching a few movies about ancient Rome and stuff like that during the Roman times and everything. And one of the things I noticed is that, or found out doing a little checking and everything, the symbol of Rome, especially the legions of Rome, the military arm of Rome, their symbol, or their crest, if you will, was the eagle. Many of y'all might have heard about the 9th Legion of Rome and their eagle standard, which was a big battle. They tried to come and get it back from the Scots or the Scottish barbarians, and it didn't go so good for them. Well, recently, Obama come out and told us that the national bird of the United States was the bald eagle. The eagle, the standard of the United States, much like Roman Empire, legions, their standard was the eagle. Why is this important aside from the historical point? Is I've long said that we are nothing more than the military arm, basically the attack dog, the brute force attackers of the UK, of the British Empire. And the fact is that we took on our standard, and their colors indicates this, that we are the 9th Legion, or the Legion Army of Rome or England. And the fact is that during the Revolutionary War, at the end of the Revolutionary War, neither side was declared winner. They reached accords, if you will. Kind of cool about that stuff. If you just check your history, guys, we'll find out how much the wool has been pulled over our eyes. So, since I was on this about the Eagles, I went ahead and started looking into a few of the presidents' heraldry, their crest, their family shield and everything. And y'all do a little checking. Y'all can see for yourself. But here's the oddity about this, is that Obama didn't have one. In fact, he had to make one up to show his family crest, his family lineage. The fact is, if you do any kind of history and everything like that, there is no line of, no crest or heraldry for anybody in the Obama line. In fact, the only source of history of the Obama lineage is just 2 generations. Digital footprint, if you will, computerized information. Obama don't exist. he really didn't exist until his college days. There's no real history of him, a few pictures here and there, but yeah, just everything is a digital footprint, a digital input. In fact, one guy went ahead, I saw this the other day, a few weeks ago. He took a document, I think it was off of Microsoft Documents, and basically copied the same birth certificate, used the same program that's available, and erased the fonts, filled in the thing, and it all matched up the same fonts without no additional effort. A 12-year-old could do the same thing. In fact, with all the historical documents that we have of the Obama line back 2 generations is created digitally. So, who the fuck is Obama? And where the fuck did he come from? Because he's not the person he portrays. Real truth, guys. Real truth right here. We're coming to the end of a 12,000-year cycle, guys. And there's no doubt about it. We've run through all the zodiac signs, which is represented by the 12,000-year cycle. Each zodiac sign represents about 1,000 years of time. So we're coming at the end of this 12,000-year cycle, so it's going to kind of start over again. But the odd thing is, guys, there's several other cycles that's coming together. We have a 2,000-year cycle, 4,000-year cycle, 12,000-year cycle, etc., all the way up to a 120,000-year cycle, perhaps even further. We have a lot of things coming together right at this period of time, and there's no telling what is going to happen. Like Chuck Schumer said back in 2015, or maybe it's 2016, I think it was 2015, we have lost control. We have totally lost control. And if you watch the movie, Leave the World Behind, one of the fighters was asked, who's in charge? And his reply is, no one's in charge. Odd things that come out like this, guys, it's really right in your face if you pay attention to between the lines. Speaking of no one in charge, guys, these people are running around here helter-skelter, willy-nilly, doing whatever they want. For somehow or another, I'm thinking that these people have been convinced that there's no retribution for their actions. There is no tomorrow, no afterlife. They think this is it. So it doesn't matter how they act. They can do whatever they want right now because at the end of the day, the end of their cycle, their life cycle, it don't matter because there's nothing anybody can do to them after this. And I truly believe that's what they're convinced of, that there is nobody in the grand sense, nobody in charge, nobody to bring karma or retribution on them. So think about that. Why is the reason these people act the way they do? And that's the only reason I can think of is they think there is nothing to pay for in the afterlife. So if no one's in charge, are they right? Hope y'all have a groovy and safe Inauguration Day. Tell somebody hi. Be nice to somebody. All that good stuff like that, guys. Start putting out a bit better friendly face because we are facing really strong, terrible times. A lot of negative energy out there, and it's up to you to go out and put out a positive foot. Show the world a smile and be happy. Things could be worse. Later, taters.